After countless leaks and teasers, Samsung has officially launched the new Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge phone at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, with a little help from Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg. The S7 Edge has a 5.5-inch, 14 cm, screen, while the S7 has a smaller 5.1-inch display, with both handsets boasting water-resistant features that were missing on the S6 and S6 Edge. As rumors suggested, the phones feature an always-on display so users can see basic phone information, such as time, date, and notifications, without having to wake it up and use up battery life. While the technology is new to Samsung handsets, the Nexus 6P and Motorola Moto X both use always-on ambient displays. The ambient display works by only showing the pixels that are needed to display a particular notification at the top of the screen. For instance, when a notification arrives, it appears in black and white on a small portion on the S7 and S7 Edge's screen, meaning the phone doesn't have to use its battery's energy powering up all of its pixels. "We know that people check their phones on average 85 times a day," said Samsung's Vice President of Brand and Product Marketing, Europe, Rory O'Neill. "For a large amount of people that's usually to check the clock or the calendar, so what we've done is built a series of configured time or calendar or other always-on displays, which means the display will always be on the device." He explained the S7's Super AMOLED can be controlled pixel by pixel. "Because we use Super AMOLED, we are much more power efficient in terms of how it will respect the battery," he added. A new feature that will excite more accident-prone users is the reintroduction of a water-resistant finish. Both devices are waterproof up to a depth of 5 feet, 1.5 meters, for as long as 30 minutes, with an IP68 ingress protection rating alongside what Samsung says is a zero compromise on design. The waterproof feature was first introduced in the Galaxy S5 2 years ago but disappeared when Samsung ushered in the Galaxy S6. Samsung said it has brought back the feature due to user feedback, but unlike the S5 there is no removable cap where the charger slot is. Instead, Samsung has made sure the device's metal bodies are fully watertight, locked within the design of the phone. On the inside, the S7 and S7 Edge tout more powerful central and graphics processors than the S6 versions. Samsung wouldn't confirm the make of these chips but said they'd be joined by 4 GB of RAM, making them the most powerful processors in an S range ever. To keep them cool, the handsets have got internal air conditioning thanks to technology first used for cooling rockets. As for storage, Samsung has extended its SIM tray to include an SD card slot to be used for expandable memory up to 200 GB, meaning users can store hundreds or even thousands more photos, videos, or music locally on the handset. When it comes to the camera, Samsung claims both the S7 and S7 Edge smartphones are the first in the world to feature dual-pixel sensors. The addition of an extra sensor means the phone's camera can focus in on an object much quicker, the same way your eyes work together to focus quicker, Mr. O'Neill said. There's also a brighter lens and bigger pixels in the S7 and S7 Edge's cameras so that they let in more light to improve aperture and therefore work better in low light conditions. The company said the handsets have the largest aperture of any smartphone camera, to let more light in, meaning it can be used to take great shots in low light. The pixels on this lens are bigger by 1.5 micrometers, so lets in 56% more light, making it work better in low lighting, he added. As part of the presentation, the company showed a comparison between the S7's camera and that of the iPhone SIXS Plus, and the demo seemed to show Samsung's being faster, brighter and sharper. Samsung also showed off a motion panorama mode and optional clip-on fisheye and wide-angle lenses for budding photographers. The camera in the Galaxy S6 had a slightly protracted lens that stuck out of the back, but it is less noticeable in the new handset. Samsung said it has shrunk this a little in the S7 and S7 Edge, making it more in line with the shell of the device. Both of the new handsets have larger batteries than their predecessors. The S7 now features a 3,000 mAh and the S7 Edge a 3,600 mAh battery, which promises longer battery life. Samsung said the S7 Edge will be able to perform for 13 hours while playing non-stop video content, for example, a whole series of Game of Thrones. The firm said those who pre-order the handsets in Europe will receive a free Gear VR headset. Mark Zuckerberg took to the stage to talk about the phones, virtual reality and Facebook, saying his company is committed to VR for the long term. Going back about 10 years, most of what we shared and experienced was text, he said. And then it was photos. And now we're entering into a world where that's video. But pretty soon we're going to live in a world where everyone has the power to share and experience whole scenes as if you're right there in person. There are lots of other challenges that we need to solve to create great VR experiences. Facebook, with Oculus, are committed to this for the long term. VR is going to be the most social platform. Gear VR is by far the best mobile VR experience. As part of the announcement, Samsung also the Galaxy 360, a camera that is capable of recording 360-degree films. In what Samsung is hoping will change how you create memories, the 360 cam can be controlled by a user's phone and works by recording two 180-degree movies from each of two fisheye cameras, and stitching these together to create a 360 film. Zuckerberg said virtual reality films can be easily shared on Facebook and technology is being rolled out in the coming weeks to make the process easier. The Gear VR is already on sale and the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge handsets will go on sale on March 11, with pre-orders open in a matter of days. They will be available in Onyx Black, Gold Platinum, Silver Titanium and White Pearl. Those who pre-order them in the US and Europe will receive a free Gear VR headset.